You care about free markets, which I think actually it relies upon free speech to have free markets. I don't even think the markets are free right now. And so I'm just trying to understand this concept that Turning Point is just never going to not be pro-Israel, actually, in the retrospect. And so if we fast forward a year later, Tucker Carlson's on the stage and his hype boy, his hype man is Charlie Kirk. And he's like, just hit him hard. And he goes out there and he hits them harder than anything. And suddenly there's an explosion, right? Bob Shillman is angry. And they're basically saying, Charlie, this can never happen again. And you have to be pro-Israel. Then Charlie speaks to New York. And after that, he heads up to New York in the Hamptons. And Charlie Kirk himself, described it as an intervention. Seth Dillon is lying through his teeth. Okay, people that were there said Seth Dillon was rowdy and pushing Charlie on his views on Israel. Charlie himself described it as an intervention that was staged over his viewpoints on Israel. Okay, and maybe they were going to see if they could fix him. You know how every episode of Intervention ends. They ask you if you want to go to rehab because they love you. We're so brave and you loved Israel and you understood that your job is to be a good little goy and do what we say. And that's kind of terrifying, actually. Bibi Netanyahu is like pretending to be your friend. Hey, come to Israel. And how do we know that happened? Because Bibi told us himself. So this is not in dispute, right? Bibi raced out of the gate to establish Charlie Kirk as like Israel's top goy. And he said probably too much. He said he called him 2 weeks ago and he invited him to Israel. And the part that he left out was Charlie declined. So when he got the phone call to go to figurative rehab, Charlie said, no, I'm good, actually. Bibi offered to fund Turning Point to the next level. It is relevant, and it is true, that Charlie did not know where the money was coming from. He did not know where the money was coming from or where it was going to. That sounds to me like a very sophisticated money laundering operation could have been happening under his nose. I'm saying this so that those of you who are forensic accountants can go do what you do and figure out, for Charlie, establish the internet Doge, okay? Where was the money coming from and where was it going to? And then my Turning Point insiders tell me the money was indeed looking funny, okay? It was just a lot of money coming in really fast, then going out really fast. And I can tell you what it sounds like